So, hello everyone. My name is Marco G, and people call me Oge. But it's easier to say OG, okay? OG. I am a service designer at Bradesco client in the insure sector. I have a PhD in design from the Federal University of Santa Catarina. I like to thank MJV for the opportunity to share my knowledge. And thank you, Nicole and Barbara from the MJV Academy, who encouraged me to do this talk in English. And thank you, everyone present at MJV International and everyone who watched the recording. And thanks my English teacher, Tatiana, who joined this call from South Korea. So today I will talk about design and digital transformation. Next slide. Okay, this is slide. We should be why should I be interested in relationship between design and digital transformation? Digital transformation is accelerating changes in companies and businesses. Design plays a fundamental role in the digital transformation process. Design can contribute to digital transformation process. These are three reasons for you to be interested in the stock. Next slide, please. This talk has three parts, okay? Digital transformation is the first. Role of design is the second. And the relationship between design and digital transformation is the third. Next slide, please. So, I will start with digital transformation. I will read the definition by the author Torres. It is the adoption of digital and knowledge to enhance the business through a better experience in the customer journey and operational efficiency gains from automation and improvement to the company's process. This means digital transformation is not just about starting to use digital technologies, but also involve user journey and experience, and so. Next slide, please. Look at this picture. Product management and digital transformation comes up from the relationship between available knowledge, strategies, companies' goals, and customer problems and needs. So acknowledge business and customer needs to be considered in the same proportion. Next slide, please. Look at this picture. Digital maturity is a construction job that takes time. The digital maturity process involves the adoption of methodologies and frameworks, firstly. The second level involves adopting agile culture, the agile culture. And finally, at the third level, we arrive at the culture of digital products. These involve principles, which I will talk about on the next slide. Next slide, please. The principles of digital transformation are fast and frequent deliveries, focus on the problem, delivery of results, and ecosystem mindset. I will explain each one, or which of them in the next slides. Next slide, please. Look at this picture. This is the first version of Google I ever seen. This example shows that fast and frequent deliveries really works. Next slide, please. To explain focus on the problem approach, I show the idea. 1 hour to solve a problem is the same as 5 minutes thinking about the problem and 55 minutes thinking about the problem and 5 minutes thinking about the solution. Okay, next slide, please. Look at this picture. At the center are vial deliveries. Vial deliveries occur in the balance between acknowledged viable, financially viable, and desirable. At the ends are the exchanges between discovery and delivery. Next slide, please. From this perspective, in addition to the problem discovery that has a long boxing time, it's important to work with discovery, solution discovery. It's important to work with solution discovery that has a short boxing time and also deliveries vial. Solution discovery is focused on simple to implement solution. Next slide, please. That said, I have 3 questions. Why do business people hate discovery? Why the business people demand acknowledge people implement model doesn't work? How to transform a feature team into a product team? My answer to the first question is, business people know so much about the user and the business that they believe discovery is unnecessary. Business people demand and acknowledge people implement model doesn't work because the IT team cannot just be an executor of demand. To transform feature team into a product team, it's necessary to integrate business, acknowledge, and design. Next slide, please. Look at this picture. All deliveries must be deliveries of value. I remember the Raymond Loewy quote. The most beautiful curve is a rising sales graph. I love this. Delivery of value is not necessarily linked to money, but money is usually the priority. But business defines value. There are cases where value is linked to experience, for example. Next slide, please. Creating an ecosystem mindset takes time. Tuxman model shows level for the formation of integrated teams. To form takes time. Confrontation is necessary, and normalizing is an evolution to perform. Next slide, please. Look at this picture. At the base of pyramid, we have initiative, hypothesis, thesis, opportunities, and experiments. Then OKR and strategic objectives, At the top of the pyramid, we have propose. Company needs a propose that engages customers. Next slide, please. So, what is the role of designing digital transformation? Next slide, please. For me, it is transform problem into solution. One of the best ways to transform problem into solution is the double diamond of design thinking. Look at this picture. Next slide, please. So, what the relationship between design and digital transformation? Next slide, please. Let's return to the principles of digital transformation. Fast and frequent deliveries. Focus on the problem. Delivery of results. Ecosystem mindset. Next slide, please. Design makes fast and frequent deliveries with design sprints. Design essentially focus on the problem. Design essentially delivery of results. Design has an ecosystem mindset because of this holistic vision. Next slide, please. Finally, for me, the digital transformation process with design needs empathy, collaboration, and experimentation. Empathy to understand the reality of others. Collaboration for stakeholders to do their best. And experimentation to make mistakes, a lot of mistakes, and get the things right. Design thinking has iteration to always improve with each attempt. So, do and validate, do and validate, do and validate, do and validate. This is the way. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Well, I just think this is amazing because it's something that we can apply in our daily basis job. So it's not just thinking about design, but us also thinking about everything we do in our work. So thank you very much, Marco, for sharing with us. Does anyone have any questions? Well, I think that's it then. Thank you so much for bringing this talk in English. Thank you everyone for joining us. And we officially start our talks in 2024. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Tati, for joining us.
Thank you, Marco. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Fernando. Thank you, Tati. Thank you very much, Nicole.
Bye.